We are back. This is Sean Spencer, one half of the dynamic duo that's Let's Talk Football. And I'm here today with my man Nick Rosario on Let's Talk College Basketball, March Madness edition. And yes, Nick, I'm a little upset.
Oh, now, Sean, why is that? Why are you upset, Sean? Why?
My team got killed. My team got destroyed. If you didn't see it, North Carolina laid a complete egg and got outclassed by number 9 seed Wisconsin, 85-62. It was nasty, but we'll get into that. I can't. I don't even want to go there. I want to do it. Right. I want to still do the show.
We won't talk about it now. Right? We won't talk about it now. We won't mention that.
Look, right. You can't. Don't get into it right now because it hurts. It hurts.
It hurts. First cut is the deepest, my friend. That's what happens.
Exactly. But hey, we're out the tournament. That's what it is. So let's get right into it. Hey, we got upsets, man, and we got big. That's what we love about March Madness. That's why we watch for these bracket busting upsets, and we got to go with the one that I called right from the start, man. Number 15 seed Oral Roberts upsets the 2 seed Ohio State. Let's go.
Man, I'm telling you, watching this game, Sean, if you ever talk about like just watching two teams really, because honestly, for most of this game, watching these two teams put up 3-ball after 3-ball and missing, you just sit there and go, can you guys try to like just drive to the lane once? Do you understand that there's 2 points you can score in this game instead of just 3? Because I'm telling you, there was a stretch there in the first half, especially when Oral Roberts was just putting up everything. Like the guy would bring the ball up the court, stop and shoot, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? You got, and that's the thing. But in the same token, Ohio State for some reason kind of got away. What I think is from what's gotten him here. And they started doing that too, where they just were putting up shot after shot. They weren't going in.
Right.
And you're sitting there going, you're much bigger than this Oral Roberts team. Why are you not trying to slow it down a little bit, play some Big Ten ball, get the ball inside to the big guys, get some easy baskets? And I'm telling you, when you let somebody – yeah, they did. And that's the terrible thing because when you let somebody stay in a game like this, you have a team that – is, they're on adrenaline. They're like, oh, this is great. We're in this game. You give them hope. And what happens when you give someone hope? Well, you found out what happened when you gave somebody hope.
They stick around.
Ohio State is now headed back to Columbus, Ohio.
Right. And they stick around. And that's the thing. They played down to it. And Oral Roberts played. But there was, like you said, there was those stints where nobody was hitting shots, where it was just drought for both teams.
But they're throwing them up like it's nothing.
Exactly, but one thing that was consistent through all that is Max Amos, 29 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. He at any point could just take the defense. At any point he could drive in the lane, and when Oral Roberts needed points, they went right to him. But he wasn't the only one, Nick.
No, he was not. No, he I'm telling you, I'm so bad at this, but the kid scored 30 points. It was the big forward in the
Kevin O'Bannon.
Kevin O'Bannon. I'm sorry, I told you my old man brain is not working today. Let me tell you, but no, he scored 30 points, man. And I'm telling you, you have to. I mean, you had hats off to Oral Roberts because they took, like you said, they hung around Ohio
Roberts.
State. Yeah, they'd start that chant somewhere, right? That'll be good. Let's go Oral. Let's go Oral.
Right, let's go Oral.
Yeah, let's start that chant somewhere. See how that gets you. But I mean, hats off, man. And I'm telling you, you can never let any team. This is a tournament. You're one and done. You never let a team stick around like that.
Yep.
And you never give them the opportunity to take you out. And sure enough, that's exactly what Ohio State did. And we're sitting here going add that to the list of 15 to have beaten 2s over the years. Yes. But you know what got me too is coming into this game, like you had mentioned to me, Abmas, before, because he actually led NCAA in free throw percentage. He was like 89% free throw shooter.
Yes.
So, and that's an important, going these games coming down the stretch, one of the most important things you can do is hit your free throws. And you've seen it in other games where they didn't hit free throws and it cost them. So, yeah, I mean, Oral Roberts, I don't know. They get Florida next in the next round. I'll see what happens there. But my hat's off. Oral Roberts beat Ohio. And, that's the third, and we're going to get into this, but it's the third Big Ten team to go out already in this tournament.
That's huge because they led the NCAA with 9 teams entering the tournament. So then Ohio State. Right. Yeah. And there was a number and I know there was a number of people just in Let's Talk Football or Let's Talk College Basketball.
We can talk that later, but yes.
Right. That had picked Ohio State to go far. Yeah. Me being one of those people. Yeah. So we definitely were upset with that. Definitely have to shout out EJ Liddell from Ohio State, their big man, 23 points, 13 boards. He in a losing effort, but he was definitely dominant, man. He was absolutely dominant. Want to shout out a bunch of people that are watching. What's up, Kat, Cameron, Delilah, Brian, Ash? What's going on, people? Let's talk football, or let's talk college basketball. I'm doing too many things. Come on.
Oh, too many, bro. Football Monday.
Right.
Basketball today. Right. Football Monday.
But listen. So moving on real quick. There was a game that you called a little bit earlier.
There was there? 5. Oh, would that be the Oregon State upset of 5 seed Tennessee? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this game, though. I don't know what Tennessee was doing to start this game or why they came out so lethargic, but they only scored 19 points in the first half. Like, they could not get any. They made Oregon State's defense look like a number 1 ranked defense in college basketball because they could not. They could not get into a rhythm. Turnovers, they're fumbling the ball. They're putting up shots that are just bricking. I mean, it was not fun to watch for Tennessee. And the thing is, they never recovered because even when the second half started, Oregon State just kept the pressure on, kept their lead, never really looked back. And here you go, a 12-5. Again, we talk about patterns and stuff. We were talking about this before. A 12 always beats a 5. It just always happens. And when looking through the bracket, this was one that I really saw, and I went, Oregon State, again, riding that rush of winning the tournament, Pac-12 tournament for the first time, coming in here going, no, we're going to make a name for ourselves. So, again, hats off to Oregon State. Took out Tennessee, even though, again, this is the tournament, baby. You're one and done. You got to come to play. And Tennessee just, honestly, they didn't come to play today, and they got spanked. Right. That's just the way it is.
And shout out to Oregon. Shout out Ramon Silva, 16 points, 4 boards. Jared Lucas, 14 points, 4 of 9 from behind the arc, man. Killing it.
No, that's a great game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And shout out to them, man. They're dominating the game. And we got to go to one other, and you mentioned the Big Ten teams, Purdue. Purdue fell. And we were watching this, and shout out to Delilah. I know you're watching. She was one of the ones who was in the group chat with us, constantly commenting on that Purdue game, man, because I was surprised. I mean, I didn't think they were going to go far, but I thought they were going to beat North Texas.
Well, here's a name I want people to remember because it's a name you're probably going to hear a little bit more in this tournament, and that's Javion Hamlet from North Texas. He was a junior college transfer. This is a kid who didn't get any Division I offers coming out of high school, went to JUCO, ended up at North Texas. He was going to go to Buffalo, but ended up at North Texas. 24 points, 8 of 8 from the line. This kid had a phenomenal game from North Texas and was a big reason as to why they won this game. Because for a lot, at one point Purdue had caught up and this game was tied, and Hamlet was the spark plug to get them going again. Again, not missing a free throw, because that's one of the important that we talk about, and especially in tournament games, man. You got to hit your free throws. 8 of 8 from the line. What more do you want from the kid? So believe me, remember that name, Javion Hamlet, because I think you're going to hear it again in this tournament.
I believe so. I believe so. But and listen, we love this. We enjoy these games. This is why we watch it.
Absolutely.
But not every time you have a high seed like this do they upset. Sometimes when these lower seeds, they get stumped. And we definitely, both you and I this morning, picked Colgate.
Yes, we did.
To win, and they got beat. They got beat badly.
The thing is, they started out okay. They were on fire, and they were winning this game by like.
They were.
And then they got cold. They stopped shooting. Like, not that they stopped shooting, but they just stopped hitting. They were putting up shots and just clanking all over the place and couldn't get an offensive rebound to save their life.
That Arkansas defense, and it was literally after there was a timeout where Colgate was up, I think it was 33-23. And that Arkansas defense turned it up a notch. And they were fronting everything. They were sitting there in their faces, and Colgate wasn't getting an open look. I mean, before that, the bounces were falling for Colgate, but after that point, Arkansas stepped it up, and it was one of those situations where you're like, the team that was better did what they were supposed to do. They stepped it up when you were supposed to.
Yes, in the end, right. Because, again, they started to pull away in the second half. That's when it really started to kind of Colgate. You could see that it was fading for them, and it wasn't going to happen. So, hats off to Arkansas. They're a 3 seed for a reason. They played a great game. Again, you and I were trying to predict upsets. We looked at matchups and thought maybe this would be, a good 14-3 upset. But, hey, Arkansas said, I don't think so. And now they're going to move on. So, hey, hats off to the Razorbacks.
And look, we got to shout out Justin Smith, 29 points, 13 boards for Arkansas. And Jalen Tate, 15.7 boards, top 2 scorers for Arkansas. Moody, one of their stud scorers, was actually shut down for a good portion of the game, but you can't shut down all those guys.
No, and that's the thing. Like I said, Arkansas going forward could be a tough out. So definitely look for the Razorbacks to make some noise going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And today, and look, in the tournament you have like this, we talked about Max Amos for Oral Roberts and how he stepped up, played big. EJ Liddell, even in a losing effort, getting the double-double. And this is one of those, this is that time when your star players, they need to be like what Dickie V says, the PTP, baby.
You're gonna be a first-time player, baby. I love it.
Baby.
You gotta love Dickie V at tournament time, right?
Got to. You absolutely have to, man. And look, I got to start with that first game that called Florida, picked up the W, no doubt, no doubt. My man, Colin Castleman.
I was waiting for this.
7
Go ahead.
Big man. Yeah. He took over that game. That Virginia Tech game, they were trailing most of that game. Colin Castleman came in there and dominated. He literally was the difference. And you have the 19 points, you have the 14 boards, but then there was a lot of little things that he did. A lot of times where he's boxing out and getting boards and getting the outlet pass or just, making sure that they're ready to go, man. Colin Castleman, he took over that game.
Because that's what you want from your big man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want a guy in the middle who's going to control everything, and, you get it into him, it's an easy score. He's outside. He's trying to set picks for people. He's trying to do everything he can to keep his team in this game. You said it. 19 points, 14 rebounds. That's an impressive game. So, Florida, huh? They're not dead yet, my friend.
They're still alive. Still alive. And so glad Virginia Tech is down. North Carolina's out. They got to be out too. Florida, number 7 seed Florida beat Virginia Tech in OT 75-70. They will be moving on. And the next game, Texas Tech, my man Mac McClung. Big time player, man.
That's another one of yours. Yep, there you
go. I'm telling you, these guys. I'm looking at. He's a PTP, baby. In big games, they show up. McClung had 16 points, 3 of 6 from behind the arc, man. As Texas Tech 6 seed beat Utah State. That was another one that I actually picked the other way. I thought Utah State was going to do it.
Okay, no,
I picked Utah State, man.
I did not. I went with your boy in the Texas Tech Red Raiders, so there you go.
Yes, and I like it. McClung, he did his thing. I shout out to him. The guy, I had his name. Let me matter of fact, the guy for Texas Tech, Neemus Queta, 7 feet. The big man in the center did still get a double-double, 13 boards, 11 points, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough against that Texas Tech team that, for all intents and purposes, they're ready to play right now. They're ready to play.
Absolutely. Six seeds, man. They're tough.
Yeah. Yeah. So moving on, and this was a team that I know you were really all about, and you went actually out to watch today. Loyola of Chicago got the W. What's going on?
Oh, they did they? Oh, that little Chicago team that everybody wants to forget about. Sure,
at least some of us are winning.
That's right. Well, you know what? It's very nice that we have a Chicago representative in the tournament again.
Right.
Shout out to Loyola, but no, and again, I understand that Moses Wright was not playing in the game, who was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year for Georgia Tech. So it was left to the guard Alvarado to kind of be the man there, and he had a good game as well. But Loyola did what they had to do, and they got, like you said, who are the guys on Loyola? The guys who had experience been before. Lucas Williams, 21.6 boards. Brandon Norris, 16 points, 4 of 7 from 3 with 8 assists. When your guys need to step up, this is what you step up when you need to, and that's what happened with Loyola today. There was a time where Loyola had started off very slow in this game, and they were behind pretty much, I think, the entire first half. And then when they came out in the second half, they caught a little fire. They did, and then when it was time to put the game away, that's exactly what they did. They ended up winning by 11, 71-60. So good. Shout out to my Loyola Ramblers here from Chicago. Sister Jean out there cheerleading, 101 years old, sitting in her chair, right? Sit in her chair. So, hey, you got to love the story. The only, I guess the only, and maybe it won't be a downfall. You never know. Because, again, this is the NCAA tournament. Anything's possible. Mm-hmm. But that draw now, you set up the big Illinois matchup of Illinois, Loyola, Chicago. So one of our teams will not be making it past the round of 32. But yeah, right, so I was kind of bummed by that when I saw the pairing initially. Like, oh, come on, really? But yeah, so the two Illinois schools, and they have to play each other in the second round. So I don't like the committee right now. They can kiss my behind. But anyways,
as you say, because Illinois dismantled
Drexel. Oh, well, and you figured they would. But the two big guys, Dosonmu and well, even though it's not pronounced Cockburn, but spelled that way, Coburn, combined for 35 points and 16 boards. So when your big guys, when your two top guys are handling their business, it's usually a good sign that you guys are going to win. And again, Drexel didn't really pose a threat in this game. Illinois was up double digits rather quickly and pretty much managed the rest of the way. And I think they won by 29. So they pretty much just handled Drexel. And again, but that's good because that's what you're supposed to do. You're a number one seed. You come out and make a statement. And and that's the same thing that Baylor did. I know we're going to get into that in a sec. But, yeah, when you're the number one seed, man, you got to come out and make a statement. Don't give these teams hope that you're just going to lie down. Don't be Ohio State at a 2 seed. Get your stuff handed to you. You come out and you make a statement, and that's what both Illinois, the two number one seeds today, did that. Illinois and Baylor made statements and said, "Hey, we're here to play, guys. Let's go."
Exactly, but and seeing as that you mentioned Baylor, because they are another number one seed, and we're gonna get back to that Illinois, Loyola, Chicago. We want to preview that matchup. Tune in with us tomorrow because we definitely will preview that.
Definitely want to preview that one.
Yeah, but Baylor and Hartford, the first time they ever made the tournament. You root for them, you're happy for them, but they had to go up against the buzzsaw like Baylor, and they got killed. I mean, that's just what it is.
What happens? Yeah, it is the way it is. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Drexel got fed to Illinois, Hartford got fed to Baylor. What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Somebody's got to play them. So, somebody else.
Shout out to that Baylor team who will be playing Wisconsin because North Carolina.
That's right. That's right. They'll play Wisconsin. There you go. That's it. I know. I'm sorry, buddy, but I knew as soon as I started watching, like when the second half started, and I saw that Carolina just wasn't getting anywhere, and Wisconsin just kept pulling away more and more. Yeah. I'm like, poor Sean. He's probably at home, sitting there, with his pillow, maybe little tears coming down, trying to figure out what he's going to do with the rest of his night. That's right, but Wisconsin definitely came out and they crushed. And again, I wasn't anticipating that at all. Wisconsin.
No, I wasn't.
Has been kind of, they were lackluster in the conference tournament. They didn't look like they were playing with enthusiasm. They looked a little lackluster. But hey, they came in here and just ran all over UNC, did what they had to do, played some good defense, made the shots when they needed to, and all of a sudden you get a 23-point victory over North Carolina. So it definitely was. You tell me what happened, Sean. This is your team. What happened? What Carolina do?
Listen. We have a whole bunch of big men. Honestly, we have a whole bunch of big men, and we're supposed to dominate in the paint. Lead the league, led the nation in offensive boards, but we didn't do any of that today. And you can't rebound if they're not missing shots. Okay,
that's true.
These guys were on fire.
Yeah,
Thrice is nice. Got to shout out Thrice, who has a cousin, either a cousin or his brother, that went to Michigan State, go green and white, that played for them. So I kind of felt like as soon as I saw that connection, I was like, yeah, this is. I can already see the writing on the wall. I'm one of those people that once I see things like that, I'm like, okay, I get it.
No, sure, totally, man.
So it stinks. I mean, it stinks. I mean, but I mean, we at least got into the tournament and got to play, unlike another team from North Carolina.
What were you?
What's going on, Katie?
Who missed the tournament? Who was that?
We talk about that dude, Blue Devils.
Oh, the Blue Devils. That's right.
Oh yeah.
The Dukies. They laid a Dookie to this year, and that was it. Did not make it in. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Mr. Krzyzewski. I still want to know how he pronounces that Krzyzewski with all the K's he has in there, but whatever.
Yeah, right. With all.
I don't know. I never understand the Polish alphabet. Sorry,
we have to move on from those.
Let's move on from that. I don't want you to cry on here. That's right. Let's keep moving.
Now I don't have to worry about it, so I think I'll be all right. Let's move on. Oklahoma State beat Liberty. They got Cade Cunningham, Oklahoma State Player of the Year, man. I really thought they were going to do a lot more than this, but I got to shout out my boy Andy Zioli, who said Liberty is a solid team.
And they played like it today. Honestly, they did. And Cunningham, they held Cunningham. Cunningham only had like 3 points in the first half. Like they really held him. Like Cade did not have a good game at all. So shout out to Liberty for giving it their all and trying their best to again pull a 13-4 upset, but not to be today. Liberty takes one on the chin. Yeah, it's all right. But again, they played a really good game against Cade Cunningham, who is, like you said, Oklahoma State's best. And they did a number on him. He did not have a great game at all.
Right. And I wonder if that's going to be something in the future where teams are going to understand if we can neutralize him and make the rest of the team beat us, that might be something.
And that's what you need to do. You pick that up and go, hey, look what happened here. They were able to stop the best player, and everybody else is around going, well, now we got to do something. So
Right. What do we do?
Right. Do you want me to shoot? I'll shoot. No, you shoot. No, you shoot.
Right.
Then you got a passing frenzy. Hey, you shoot.
Right.
No, you shoot.
That's what we look like.
Yeah. There you go.
So, all right, we got to move on from that. Another 2 versus 15. Houston destroys Cleveland State. I feel bad for them. Because even when I looked at the bracket, I just went right past this one. It wasn't even an issue.
Yeah, shout out to the Horizon League for sending a representative, but yeah.
They tried.
Sorry, guys. Cleveland State was not going to do much against Houston. And again, Houston came out and dominated. You talk about the 2 number 1 seeds dominated. You were hoping the 2 number 2 seeds would come out and dominate as well. But, Houston did. Houston sent a message, hey, we're in this. We're here. We were ranked in the top 10 most of the year. We're here to play, man. So hats off to the Cougars, baby. Hats off.
Exactly. So, and Nick, we have 4 more games left. The day is not over yet. Rutgers, Clemson. Which game were you watching?
Right now, currently, I'm kind of flickering back, but right now I got 58-56. Rutgers is ahead 2 with about 2 minutes left in this game. Okay. This has been a close one back and forth all night, keeping an eye on this game. Rutgers was down, decided they bounced back with threes and some defense. And then they've just been playing it close to the vest right now, playing some defense, getting good shots. And this is going to be this one's going to come down to the wire. Right now, the second half just started in Villanova-Winthrop, 35-33 Villanova. So Winthrop is giving Villanova fits here, 12-5 game again. Talk about the 12-5. But Nova being the 5, Winthrop being the 12. The surprise of the night right now, really, I think for a lot of people, and maybe for some people no, but Syracuse is absolutely dominating San Diego State University. For those who remember, last year San Diego State was one of the top teams, and people were predicting they'd go far in the tournament if there was one. There ended up not being one, and San Diego State came in this year as a 6 seed, but they're losing by 26 to Syracuse right now. 59-33 in the second half, about 7:50 left in that ball game. And the other ball game, which is, probably closer than a lot of people thought it might be. Currently, in first half, it's about 27 seconds left. West Virginia is up 7 on good old Morehead State, 3-14 matchup. But Morehead State at one point had actually tied the game, and now West Virginia has come back to take a 7-point lead with about 16 seconds left in the first half. So those are your night games. Get you guys caught up on that who are watching live with us, which we do appreciate. So again, looks like right now things are pretty par for the course, but that Syracuse game doesn't look good for San Diego State, down 26 with about 7:45 left in the game.
And that's crazy. Yeah. But I got to say, Syracuse has been playing hot as of late. Like I had told you before, they beat us.
Yes, you did.
I don't know if that's saying much.
You mentioned it. You mentioned it. It's all good.
But yes, they beat us. But Buddy Boeheim, the son
of Jimmy Boeheim,
right, has been playing out of his mind. As of late, they've been really playing hot. They are one of those teams that were on the bubble, but it's where you're like, the bubble is. I get it because of the record, but that's the only reason they were on the bubble, because of the record. They were playing really big ball at this particular time, and so Syracuse, I'm not surprised by this.
Well, see, that's the thing too with teams like that. Like the team, look at some of the teams that didn't get in, a Louisville, a St. Louis, who are right there on that cusp. And you see, they go, okay, you let Syracuse in over one of them. Why? Well, this is a reason why. Because you have a guy like Buddy Boeheim, who had a good tournament. He's leading the. These are the things you look for, I think, when you as a committee as well. You want to know, you want to try to put the best teams in, obviously, but you also look at, who are some of the top players, who are some of the. Can this kid be highlighted? Can we showcase these players or these teams or these schools? Syracuse is, in history has generally been a powerhouse in the tournament, outside of that one time they lost to the Richmond Spiders when they were the 2 seed. But we won't talk about that either. But wait, a 15 beat a 2 today, so maybe we should bring that up. I'm kidding. But anyways, but yeah, so I think Syracuse is proving that they want, that they belong here. And right now, I'm telling you, dominating San Diego State, not looking very good for them.
Gotcha. And so, hey, we're almost done here, ladies and gentlemen. But I did want to ask you, and we will be talking about this a little bit after. But I did want to ask you. We already know what we picked. We already know what games are going on, and this might be an open-ended question because there's still 4 games going on at the moment. What's the most memorable moment in day 1 of March Madness today?
I mean, it has to be, and again, it's probably silly to say, but 15 over a 2, baby. I mean, you can't end the day with. I mean, there's not going to be a bigger upset of the day than that. So Oral Roberts, again, even with some poor shooting and at times some questionable decisions on offense, they hung on and managed to beat Ohio State. So, but definitely from day 1 here, like I said, the rest of these. I don't think you're going to touch that one. So 15 beats a 2. Good for Oral Roberts. Move on to the next round and see how it goes. Yeah.
I like that. I have to agree with you on that one. But at the same time, like I said, Colin Castleman, he took over that first game.
You will not get off this Florida game, will you?
I'm telling you. Because this is it. Like, they were the very first game of the day. Playing Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was beating them, manhandling them all day. And like I said this morning, if Virginia Tech is hitting, if they're hitting their shots, they are a dangerous team. But
I did predict them to win this morning. Yes, I did.
Right. But as the game went on, as the game wore on, somebody like a Colin Castleman who was able to sit there and take over the paint, take over all that, and work inside out to his guys, he changed the whole dynamic of the game. And the thing is, he's this really tall, lengthy white guy, big old Iowa guy, but just quiet and real. But you saw him get involved and excited in the game, and that to me this is March Madness. This is what it is. This is his 15 minutes of fame. Like, let's go.
Okay, and I have some breaking news real quick.
What you got?
We have Rutgers Scarlet Knights have beaten Clemson for their first win in the NCAA tournament since 1983. So good luck to the. So another Big Ten team has survived. We lost 3. We gained another one here. So Big Ten is kind of evening itself out for this evening. But we did get Rutgers on the win here, 60-56, beating 7 seed Clemson. So a mild upset here. Good for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. First victory in a tournament since 1983, which, of course, what I remember was the year that NC State and Jim Valvano beat Phi Slamma Jamma for the title. So congratulations, Scarlet Knights. Pull off the upset here. And Big Ten moves on, baby. Big Ten, baby. Big Ten.
2 for 2. All right, Big Ten. I see you. Doing better than my ACC. Doing better than my ACC.
A little bit.
So, hey, we got to shout out these people who are watching. Delilah, you've been on here. Katie, Wendy, what's going on, people? Nathan, Heather, what's up, people? Katie, I see what you're saying. Michigan will survive tomorrow. That's another one of these 1 seeds. Do you have any fear that Michigan, anything might happen to Michigan?
I don't. I think Michigan and Juwan Howard will have his boys ready to go. I don't see that happening at all. So no, I'm definitely going Michigan, riding that. They'll definitely beat the 16th seed tomorrow. I think that's pretty much a given.
I think they got that one. I think they got that one. Wendy, you're asking me, who do the Badgers play next? The Badgers have to play number 1 seed Baylor.
That's it. So Wendy, if you are a Wisconsin fan, Wendy, I would definitely maybe channel Sister Jean, get some extra prayer or something in, or maybe ask for some special favor for whatever you believe in, because they're going to have a hard time with the Baylor Bears, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But again, shout out to Rutgers pulling off the upset, beating the 7 seed Clemson. There was first win since 85, you said?
It says 83. First NCAA tournament win since 1983.
Wow, it's the first time they've been. Yeah, it's the first time they had been since 91.
It's 91, and their first win since 83.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Exactly.
So, Shay, shout them out, man. I'm glad you guys are doing it. Tune in. There's still 3 other games. Well, technically 2 other games, because I think Syracuse has already run San Diego State out.
Still up like 24 right now. They're still kind of still taking it to San Diego State, so I don't know how that's going to go. That's pretty much a lock, I think.
Yeah, but check that Winthrop game. I'm telling you, like I said, Winthrop, I think they're going to pull it off. Colin
Nova's up 4.
They're up 4? Right, Nova's up 4? Okay.
15:35 in the second. Nova's up 4. Again, it's halftime in the West Virginia Morehead State game. West Virginia's up 7, 38-31. And it's currently 64-44. Syracuse is up 20 with 4:28 left on San Diego State. Ooh. So that one's pretty much a goner, my friends.
That's a done. Yeah, that's a done deal right there. That's a done deal.
Which, shout out to Delilah, because she was giving me crap earlier because she picked Syracuse to win, and I gave her a little crap for it. So, Delilah, there you go. Your Syracuse Orangemen look like they're going to move on. So there you go. Right?
Yep. And, shout out to Delilah. There you go. And shout out to Danny Dorio. She's in the Let's Talk College Basketball group. Diehard Syracuse fan. Your guys will be
congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, they're moving on. I always give her a hard time when we win, and she let me off easy this year when they beat us. So I appreciate it. You guys are moving on. North Carolina will be we will be staying by the wayside. It is all good. Wendy, I see what you said. I'm gonna say my prayers for my Badgers that they'll beat Baylor. Yeah, right. Pray hard. Pray hard. Pray
extra hard, Wendy. I'm just saying.
Exactly. It is what it is.
Although I tell you what, I will say this, Wendy, real quick before we get off. I saw some impressive play from the center you guys have there, and if they can get the ball inside to him, I'm telling you, they could give Baylor a hard time. But I just don't see that happening. But again, Wisconsin needs to play lights out. If they can score another 84 points like they did today, you might have a shot. So keep it up, Wendy. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
They didn't play anybody. So you saw that center do anything against nobody because we were garbage.
I know. You're Carolina Tar Heels. Yeah, who's that? Oh,
we're garbage.
Tar Heels. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we were garbage today. So they didn't have to play anybody. So they're gonna be crushed. I hope they get destroyed. Yes. Yo, so check it out. Also, tune in tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock a.m., 9 o'clock Central. We will be going on to do a preview show, previewing all the games that are coming up tomorrow. Day two of the March Madness tournament. Let's go. Day 2. So definitely get ready for that. And shout out Delilah Crespo because she will be coming on with us in the coming days, because Sunday is when the women's March Madness tournament begins. Yes. So we definitely look on Let's Talk College Basketball, the group. There is a link that you can go to.
Fill out your women's bracket.
Yes. So do that, because hey, the best women's bracket, the best bracket on the men's and the women's side gets a prize. Whoever gets the best and most accurate bracket will get a prize. So tune in for that. Tune in. Show me the money.
No, show me the prize.
So guys, we will be back first thing tomorrow morning to give you all the news and notes on the upcoming day of college basketball. I am Sean Spencer.
And I am Nick Rosario.
And yo, you've been watching Let's Talk College Basketball. March Madness.
Baby.
Yeah. Let's go. See you tomorrow, guys.
Good night, guys.